Yep, good evening. Today is Daylight Savings Times, 03/09/2025. All I have is two screens on, but I have a list of videos. This one is called, and not gonna tell you the other ones. I'm just gonna make a list because I already have the list written down. But you have to be able to see me to be able to do it. That's why I just turned this on. This is a solar flashlight. This one is Delaware County PA diving champion, 70s to 80s as I remember it. There's going to be some runners up, of course, because I was in the champions list. This is for diving, springboard diving. This one is, let's just start the year I won, 1981. So I won in 1981 at Fallcroft Pool. Okay. But there was a history before that. Okay, so before that, as far as I know, this guy he won. He won Delaware County. This is intra county, not inter county. There's two different things. One's an intra county. One is an inter county. This is Delaware County, southeastmost in the state of Pennsylvania, borders Delaware. That's why they call it Delaware County. But first guy's name is Jamie Jaffola. Jamie Jaffolla. I don't know if he's Italian or not, but he had big frizzy hair. He won nationals. I think he won low board, and I think he won 1 meter and 3 meter. We weren't diving platform at YMCA nationals, but he won championships in intra county. I'm pretty sure it was intra county, not with with the A and not the E, because there's two different things. So that was him. His name is Jamie Jaffola, first place. I had no idea who took second. I wouldn't have known because I was 14 and under at that point. Next year would have been my coach. His name was Bobby Clemens, probably Robert Clemens, Clemons, Bobby Clemens. Sharon Hill Pool. Very small pool, not as good as Fallcroft. The boards sucked. Were terrible, I should say. The boards have big meaning because Fallcroft had the best boards. And then after that, it was, he would have been, if I was 81, well, Jaffola, then there was Clemens. There might have been another one in between there because second to Jaffola was also a Fallcroft diver. Excellent. I modeled most of my, he was spectacular, but he didn't win. He only took second place. Runner up, but still, he lived right next to the pool in Fallcroft on Cricket Lane. And he was great at basketball too, all around. His name was Richie Davidson, Anita Davidson. They hugged the pool line. They were the pool rats, boys and girls that sat. They were exclusive club. I mean, they controlled the whole area themselves, because they were a big swim team, boys and girls, right at the diving boards. And then after that, it was Clemens. He came in after he won. He won. I wouldn't have seen the meet, but I just know, I know that he won because he coached me, and he was an amazing. He was just amazing, as amazing as well. He also had this friend he used to bring over to Fallcroft. His name was Hogue. That's all. I think his name was Hogue. Hogue. These people were public school. They weren't Catholic. Most of them were public school people. They went to Sharon Hill High School, which became Academy Park. We had our own nicknames for that because I coached. I didn't coach at Sharon Hill, but they closed that pool for a reason. It's right next to it. It's disgusting. And beyond that is the high school. And then that was Clemens. And then he probably won in 79, so that would have been his seven. No, it was 3 years there because I won. It was before that. It was Jaffola, Clemens, and then Ursa Marceau, who was my best friend at that point. His name was, there might have been one in between Clemens and Ursa Marceau. His name was Francis Ursa Marceau. They called him Frank. We had many names for him. He ended up being, he won. He won inter-county championships. He also did very well in nationals. Also, but by that time I was on the YMCA team because my parents put me on there because they knew I was good. Boys and girls. YMCA at Widener. We didn't practice the YMCA. We practiced at Widener University, which was Widener College then, I think. I knew it well because I grew up in Delaware County. I knew all the local pools: Essington, Tinicum, uh, the one right over there near Eddystone, all the way up Ridley Park, all of them. Ridley Township, Ridley Park, all. Who's the other one? Then after me, I mean, I won. I won in '81, but I don't even think I qualified in '80 because I was chump at that point. Because my best friend, who ended up, he was the coach of Norwood, he took second to Frank Ursa Morris. It was their boards were terrible. They destroyed that pool for a reason. They only had an 8-foot plank for the 3-meter board. So if you jumped off the board, you could jump into the swimming lanes. And they had the big shark on the bottom of their pool, right? And then he took second. Great swim team. I mean, huge swim team. Huge. I mean, boys and girls, because I used to try and sneak into that pool, but I knew I couldn't. Once they called him Bird, Tim Burbage. Once he gained, he was the assistant manager. There was another swimmer from these were two Catholic people, St. James. One was Daniel Hay, great breaststroker, great coach, great person all around. Ended up turning on his best friend, Timothy Burbage. Big wedding and everything. Judy Long, his wife, convinced me to get married, but I'll get to that in a second. And then, of course, I won. I should have won twice. Well, I won at Derby, which I think Jaffola was at, because Frank basically lifeguarded there. And he was wild because he knew Sharon Hill Pool. This is Derby Township. Very dangerous. And Chester Pike all the way up at Dade Boulevard. The people from Delaware County realize all this. Just they don't understand the 70s and the 80s like I do. They built, I'll tell you about Windsor Circle. That's why I know how to tie ties. And then there's me. I won in '81. '82, I should have won, right? I got to toss in Catholic leagues, of course, because the swimming team for St. James was excellent. We traveled everywhere. But I was a diver, which is an individual event, right? But I made junior varsity, all the letters and patches, sweaters, and wear a tie outfit every day. First, you start out with hook tie like this, then you learn how to tie a knot. Like put it like this. That's why I always look good. Don't forget, this is daylight savings time. Solar panel. There's no daylight out there. It looks like I'm announcing my throat, right? I might have something wrong in my throat. No, I have something wrong down here, maybe. See how it didn't fall this time? I have it latched together. I installed it myself. Looks like I'm an announcer, right? I can play the guitar like this? Sure. Look what time it is. It's daylight savings time. It's 2:06. No, it's not. It's 3:06 on that clock. So I'm going to adjust the clocks later. I'll show you. This is the wreck. I'm going to show you the bathroom when I take a tour of this house at night, because I had to do something terrible today, which I didn't want to do. But I made up for it. I didn't get any sleep. I got a little bit of sleep. But I just got terrible news, possibly. And Delaware County, that's listed diving champ. His name is Jamie Jaffola. Richie Davidson, number 2, Falkcroft. Bobby Clemens, Sharon Hill, Frank Ursa Marsa, Norwood. Lived in Falkcroft, 2112 Valley View Drive, Ravenwood, Pennsylvania. Falkcroft. And that's, Rush, 2112. I know all the people because I delivered to their doors. And then it was me in '81. And there was people before me who didn't do as well, believe me. Some people who were divers are dead now. The people who they weren't as good as me because I'm still alive. And then after me, I should have won. His name is Robert Garrity, very Catholic. He was the diver behind me in St. James, and there's only two divers in St. James. I mean, there's this whole swim team. I mean, people try out for it. There's this other guy, honorable mention, and he was great kid. He just wasn't as good as me. It's irrelevant what his name is because I beat him to Rob Garrity. Okay, he would have been 82, but he beat me. I should have won. I took second instead because I screwed up on my double twister. That's 1.5, 2 twists. Davison only made single twister. I made double twister. Frank, back 3.5 twister. Almost made All-American. He's dumb. Same with Tim Burbage. Won Catholic leagues at LaSalle. Kernicki, the coach. Cricket Lane. Great swimmer. Monmouth College, Rider College, wherever. Yeah. Great coach. But he, Michael, another Michael. You know how many Michaels there are? Yeah. And then Robert Garrity was 82. He should have won in 83. I took second in 82. Inter-county championships. Also took second at Catholic leagues. Wider in my home pool. I took A's. I should have took second because I cracked my head on it. It was 1.5 top day before the meet. Jim Ryan, big, he's ruthless, believe me. Jim Ryan, Dale Ryan, these people are all like ruthless swim coaches. Widener swimming team. He was the coach. They didn't have a diving team. Yeah, they had a diving team because Ryan was the coach of Tim. His name was Jim Ryan. He coached Tim. He coached me because I was on the same boards with him. He knew me. They're both looking at me the day before the meeting with Mike. You're going to win. I'm like, what? Yeah, all you have to do is hit your dives. I said, I'm not. His name was Robert McDonald, Bobby McDonald's Bonner. Bonner, Prendergast. They have a specific name for girls in skirts. Catholic, you know that, right? Yeah, this is Lent. And so it looks like I'm holding an Olympic torch, right? No. I have injuries. I've been to the hospital as a kid. You don't think healthcare is important, right? Look at that board behind me. You see those Cheerios? I want to put my face on that box. Now you wonder who was in 83, okay? In Turk County, Ridley Township, which is disgusting. Cool. It's disgusting. It's horrible. I even lifeguarded there. His name was Sean Sacco, right? And he was great. He was a great diver. I mean, he came out of nowhere. Nobody knew her. We met him through YMCA. He came out of nowhere, right? And then he ended up, we're all standing. There's other people from Ridley who made it to YMCA's. They just didn't win the championships because they're good swimmers. If you're a good diver, you have to know how to swim to get out of the pool. Get out. They get out of the pool more than swimmers do. And then you have, 84, I was back, right? Coaching, diving, lifeguarding, But I went back and I lost to Garrity. And then I went back the next year. It must have been 84 then, right? Because Garrity won again at Fallcroft or somewhere in between. Maybe he came back, and that's what it was. Whatever it was. It was Garrity and then Sean Sacco and then somebody. It must have been Garrity again. Because he came back, I took 8th that year because I was already in college. I was out of diving shape. They wanted me to walk on to Drexel. I said, no way. I'm taking engineering. I mean, I'm paying for this. You didn't give me a free scholarship to Widener, so why should I pay money to get onto a diving team when I came for engineering in Center City, Philadelphia, 32nd at Chestnut? They tried to make me walk on the diving team. No. I ended up graduating. That's why I'm still standing here. After that was I was still in the circuit because I was still local because I was commuting back and forth from Fallcroft to Drexel, living out of Southwest Philly sometimes with my grandmother and their aunts and uncles and all the houses in the 6213 Grays Avenue in Southwest Philly. That's why they call it Grays Ferry, Grays Avenue. And then there's trolley tracks, Elmwood, Woodland. People from Philadelphia don't understand Fallcroft. They think, who cares? Who wants to go to the suburbs? It's the easiest way to Delaware. When you travel 95, you can see it going past 420. More than Homestead. But we're back to diving because other people have died. Burbage dead. His girlfriend should have been his wife, dead. Lisa Prettyman. Great swimmer, by the way. My ex-wife, Karen Burns, won after me in... No, she won... She won her senior year. She won as 18. If I won in 81, she won in 83, basically. She won at Prospect Park because once I won at Fallcroft, they hired me to coach Prospect Park because they wanted to beat Norwood. It was a huge rivalry because Prospect Park and Norwood were great swim teams. They just didn't have the diving team to compete with Norwood. So they knew they were perennial losers because they had the swim team to beat Norwood, but they didn't have the diving team to give them the extra points to put them over the edge, basically. So they hired me to get... They wanted a championship at Prospect Park, but I didn't deliver for them. I delivered one champion girl in diving, 1 second place in diving, 14 under, all girls, no boys. The boys team sucked, or we would have won. And 8 and under, second out of Interboro, Becky. So her name was Karen Burns, Barbara Ty, Becky ran because I had to fill in their names on the diving sheets, asking, what are you going to do today? It's like, no, I'm not doing a 2.5, no way. That's Barbara Ty for you. She used to stick her double feet first landing all the time. My ex-wife, at least she had some of the guts. She's like, I'm not doing feet first entry, no way. And we're both sitting there, Fallcroft one day. I'm like, come on, Karen, you're going to win. You're going to win. To Birds, I'm just going to call him Bird. Bird's telling him, you're going to win. You're going to win, Karen. We're going to teach you a dive this weekend. And that's going to give you the chance. She's like, I'm not doing that. No way. Until she finally had the guts up. We're both just looking at her one day saying, well, Karen, we taught you all weekend to win this championship, so you're going to do it in between the prelims and the championship on Sunday. Get up on Saturday. She goes, I'm not doing that. Jeez. Oh, I'll try it. Just enough to do a single twist or one, maybe 2 in her whole life. Not many. Kept trying to convince her to do it 2.5. She's like, no way. I 1.5's perfect. Yeah, greed, women, girls. She's like, no way. I'm not doing that. My reverse dive is going to win it for me. And my inward dive, I'm not doing it 2. I'm not screwing it up with a 2.5. I could just do a 1.5, and why would I throw a double? It's a blind entry for 2 meters, 3 meters, 4 meters, whatever it is. I'm always afraid to get up over 3 meters, even though I can bounce like this high. Then you have me, 81. That's the list of Delaware County diving champions, 70s, 80s. Next video up, I'm going to tell you later. That's the end of the mic.